Keeping track of who's at the top of women's golf has never been more important to New Zealanders. However, understanding how players get their ranking may be a bit foreign to some of us. Thankfully, there's a team of golfing aficionados who crunch the numbers each week and provide some method to the madness of the women's world rankings.
It's all based off the strength of field of the players in each respective tournament. So you basically, in simplest terms, every player, depending on where they're ranked on their home tour, or allocates points, which goes to the pool of the points for that event. And then players are allocated points based on their finish in those events. So it's a 2-year rolling period with most of the points being weighted to the most recent tournaments.
The Rolex World Ranking team are more than just statisticians. They're a think tank who sit amongst the 9 professional tours that make up the women's game.
Our prime goal is to make sure that the rankings are as robust and accurate as possible, especially with the rankings being used for the 2016 Olympics. But we also talk a lot about the Olympics and about how, as tours, we can come together and continue to grow the game. So we talk about a variety of topics, but it's just fun to get together with all the heads of the tours and women's golf and talk about how to grow the game and keep the rankings moving in a forward direction.
While there's still room for future growth, women's golf has already come a long way thanks to the likes of Lydia Ko, Stacey Lewis and Michelle Wee.
When the Rolex rankings first started in 2006, I think there were maybe 5 tours in the rankings, and now we have 9 tours who earn Rolex rankings points at their events. So, you know, the game is strong, especially the growth of the women's game worldwide, you know, in the States, in South America, in China, in Asia, in Europe. I mean, we're seeing a lot more young players come into the game, more women taking up the game. The tours are strong. They're adding tournaments, you know, across the globe on a yearly basis. So the future of women's golf looks really bright.
That continued growth can also be put down to golf's reintroduction to the Olympics at Rio de Janeiro next year.
I think being back in the Olympics in 2016 is the first time since 1900 that golf has been back in the Olympics, and it is really generating a lot of support for golf around the world. We've had players from countries we didn't even know they played golf, you know, coming to our qualifying school in the U.S., and it's just, I think having golf back in the Olympics in 2016 and 2020 is just going to give the women's game another boost.
And with the recent success of a certain Kiwi teen sensation, the love affair with the women's game looks set to evolve even further.
She's just a remarkable individual. I mean, she's very poised, very bright. Obviously, what she's done on the golf course is phenomenal. And I think she's going to just inspire another generation of young girls to pick up the game. So with Lydia's Rolex rankings #1, we're in good shape. And we have a lot of players chasing her in B Park, and Stacey Lewis and Suzanne Pedersen and Shen Fong. And it's just such a diverse group from all corners of the globe, you know, chasing for that #1 spot.